allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody had a chance to read the minutes of the April 17th?
Yes.
Corrections or additions?
Move that we approve the minutes of the April 17th meeting.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
Nope.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any requests to be out of state between now and
15th?
15th, yeah.
No.
Okay. Unfinished business, none. New business. In your package, you'll see proclamation of Arbor Day. This year, instead of planting trees, I guess if we have a proclamation, we do our Arbor Day thing.
Well, so what this does is this sets an actual Arbor Day in Choteau, right? Yeah. Okay.
Any questions?
Oh, so today is Arbor Day and this, we're just recognizing it.
Well, today we're signing the proclamation rather than not, I don't know when our.
Well, it says I do hereby proclaim May 1st as Arbor Day. So,
I think as part of the grant, we normally have a little ceremony and they put something in the camp that this
Right,
year,
yeah.
given everything that's going on, the grant people said just have a proclamation at city council meeting.
Oh, and that's all.
Plant your trees and call it good.
Oh.
okay.
So,
I can
We're
still,
still
I can
gonna
still
plant
come
trees.
take a picture and plant a tree.
yeah.
Just give me a call.
We'll still do it.
Or you can say, you put this map together in recognition. of
I
the day.
gotta make sure it's good.
And that can go and you can. Okay, now I'm clear. I wasn't.
You got it clear? Okay. I have a motion to approve this proclamation.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
Nope.
Nope.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the next item is a letter of support for the Teton Conservation District grant. It is for the Teton Canal Cooperative, which is the water that comes out of Eureka, goes up here on the Burton Ditch. If you go up north of town on 220, Gamble Coulee is the one you cross past Baumas, the water runs down the Coulee. If you go about a half mile east of there, the ditch makes a big bow out around the hillside and comes back, and they lose a lot of water in that stretch of the ditch. And what they're wanting to do is to put in, I think it's a little over a half mile of pipe right straight through so that they can conserve water, and also they're getting a lot of southern having some alkali problems.
So go through the hillside?
The pipe,
Yeah.
the new one, no, it'll just go down across the coulee,
Oh,
kind of
okay.
a siphon type thing.
Okay.
So this is just saying that we support them in their endeavor to save water, basically, and support our farm community.
Bless you.
Excuse me, thanks.
I move that we approve the letter of support for the Teton Conservation District grant.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Claims, everybody has to enter the claims.
Almost.
I did, I signed them all.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we move the claims.
I second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Claims are approved. Report, Park and Rec. Ah. Public Works.
Everybody's got a report, I'll try and be quick, there's a lot of information there if you wanna read through it. I think everybody knows we've had a lot of water come to the sewer plant. And then you can see there's graphs, some numbers, we're sitting at about, in April, 50 million gallons came down the pipe. More or less split it between the lagoon and the plant. There's a period there, you can see on that graph where we were actually putting more to the lagoon than the plant, and that was when it was so cold, because we're having to run the diesel pumps, we didn't really wanna shut them off. We're trying to get things tuned down to the point where, the majority of it's going to the plant. Have to trick the computer a little bit to make it do that. We did put a overflow structure in the lagoon to keep it from overfilling. We met with DEQ personnel in order to find that out. That went into effect on April 5th. Everything went good, got all permits for that taken care of ahead of time. We're still having issues with that force main going from the lift station to the headworks. And I had made a request to Dow that it go to the top of everybody's desk, and get resolved. They sent it on to WBC as a warranty issue. As predicted, WBC said it was a design issue, so we're kind of in the middle, and, I guess we'll just see how that goes. We tried one thing on it today, and we're gonna keep plugging away at it, but at some point, I think we're gonna have to have a serious discussion about how we proceed with that. Still having a few issues with our aeration and RAS pumps out there, we're making progress on those. The good news is, things are trending down. Hopefully it'll continue, I don't really start seeing serious runoff. The trend downward may change, but right now it's looking good, you can see on the graph there. Quite amazingly, our results for sampling are still coming back really good. Plant results are as expected, they're very good. But what's amazing is the effluent out of the lagoon is leaving pretty nice. We're within permit value on it. I don't know that when we get, we may not meet all of our permit in regards to percent removal, we may not, because we're dealing with such a dilute mixture coming in, and the other thing is, in terms of loading, we may not, because we have such a huge volume going out.
Mm-hmm.
Volume is concentration times volume, loading is concentration times volume, and we have a lot of volume.
Dilution is the solution to the problem.
No, yeah, that sounds nice.
It used to be the answer to the problem, not anymore.
But cross your fingers and hope that this stays this way, with the lagoon working that well. I don't know why it's working so well, maybe because we dried it out, I don't know. Maybe because it's just all dilute stuff coming in and it was cleaned out, but, it's working really well, so. Pumping a little more water than we did last year in April. We still have one leak that I'm aware of, and I'm sure we have some other ones we need to get after and identify. But with no evidence of new leaks. In terms of the snow melt and flood preparation, it's coming off really well for us. That test well that we have for monitoring groundwater run by the Montana Tech, it hasn't been working since the 26th. I did talk to those guys after I wrote this report up, and they're gonna try and help us get away where we can just get a real-time reading on that. Kinda handy to have. We've got kind of a plan in place for the city in regards to flood preparation and what would happen in the event of a true emergency flood situation. Streets, we pretty much had 2 guys on the patcher almost every day for the last 10 days, probably. We've already ran through 2 totes of oil, we're picking up a 3rd one tomorrow, so. I don't know if you can notice, but there's a lot of potholes getting patched.
Mm-hmm. The ones before waiter, thank you.
And we did get, the grinder came in, we still haven't got a training scheduled on it yet, but it was delivered. Looks like it's brand new, even though it's refurbished. So hopefully we'll get some training in the next couple weeks and get that rolling. GIS is going forward pretty good. Got guys out collecting data on the sewer system right now for mapping it, and while they're doing that, they're also collecting infiltration data for water infiltration of sewer lines. It's pretty objective, and to try to, there's no real good way to measure flows in a manhole. And so it's kind of guess and by golly, but to my knowledge, it'll be the first time we get it all done, we'll have a map that'll indicate where these infiltration trends are, where it's bad, and I think it's gonna be a nice way to kind of wrap your head around all the information. It's hard when you just go out there, pop manholes and look at them and then bounce around, so.
Mm-hmm.
The street database is done, and we're getting ready to, inventory all the streets so that we can kind of build a hierarchy of what needs done. And the last thing that's not on there is we're doing the city cleanup May 18th, 19th, and 20th. We're cutting it down to 3 days this year. That's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're gonna have the same as last year, pretty much. People will be able to bring branches down there. We'll have a garbage truck where they can put branches in. We'll have a site where they can dump grass leaves. We'll have a big dumpster for regular garbage. I'm gonna try and get a steel container for scrap metal. We'll have a dumpster that's only for electronics, and we can take to Pacific Steel for recycling like we did last year, and then we'll have our normal recycling.
Did you, since we talked, did you talk to Pacific?
No, but they took it last year.
Okay, I was just gonna check with them to make sure.
Yeah,
See what
there's
they're-
just something goofy, I can't remember, when we take it down there, we have to do something with it, it takes a while. It's like separate it out or something. You can't just dump the dumpster full of electronics.
You have to pull
on the
stuff
floor.
with screens, maybe?
What's that?
Maybe you have to pull stuff with screens, or?
I can't remember what it was, one of the guys
Well-
took it down last year,
well, I
and they
was
were
gonna-
gone all day, and then they explained when they got back that it wasn't as simple as just pulling up, dropping it off, and driving away.
Okay,
It's not a big deal.
right, well, I was gonna call them and just make sure, and I did talk to the,
Old Town?
yeah, and, it seems probably easiest just to do it with Pacific.
Okay.
I mean, cause they have the same limitations, like they can't take TVs out, so,
Okay.
yeah. But I was just gonna touch base with them and make sure
Okay.
and what they're taking and get a good list again.
I've got the letters that Dowell wrote on the warranty item, and then the response from WBC, if anybody's interested in looking at it.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
What are the, hours gonna be for the
Cleanup.
cleanup?
Mm,
Last year,
last
well,
time-
I guess we could do like, whatever, 8 to 3, 9 to 3,
Let's do,
4.
make it 8-hour day and start it as late, keep it as late as we can maybe. I'll ask Timmy what he's willing to do, but I think it might be better to have it like end at 6 and start at whatever that is, 10. So,
Okay,
I
do
don't
you
know, that
wanna,
way people can, they'll be able to get there later in the day, I don't know.
okay. So if you can get the thing for scrap metal, does that mean you would take appliances?
No, well, we could take some, I think.
Not refrigerator.
No, we could take
Right, not the
refrigerators.
refrigeration
I don't know, I guess, well, yeah, if it's just like a dryer or washer, yeah, we can throw them in the metal bin.
Okay. Well, maybe wait to
I don't
put
think we
details
can
in the
take
paper until we get
refrigerators.
it totally ironed out.
Give it a couple weeks.
Yeah, yeah. But it will be good. Hopefully we can run an ad next week and the week after and then. Or- Okay.
Anything else for Mike? Mary, Jody give you anything?
Nothing.
No, nothing from sheriff's report, no judge report, no seats, tree and sidewalk report, other than Mike's map of the trees. Had one zoning permit we approved, there was a variance for Brad Applestein. Really, there was a setback, front and rear setback issue, but he's got the same setback as his house does now, so it wasn't. It's kind of a messed up spot.
Is that what all the stakes out there were? Yeah, okay.
But, you know, like I say, it was a variance on front and rear setback, but it's the same setback as his house, so we can't change a thing on it.
Okay.
And it's not on the corner?
Well, it is kinda on the corner.
Is it blocking view?
No, it's the other side it's built
Oh.
on, so, no, I mean, everything was really simple, to be honest.
Hmm.
Any public comment? Probably should introduce a new guest, it's an old guest. Kent Deppner's son is moving back to Montana from California.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
He's living up north of town,
Les,
and he's bored.
Les Hodges' old house,
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Howard Sharon's.
So he's looking for lots of things to do, so if you got a project, he'll go to work for you. Nope, so, anything else? Rich?
Nothing for me.
Actually, I do have an update on
Come
the
on.
playground.
You got
I forgot the council member.
Yeah,
Brooke and I got together a couple weeks ago, probably a month ago, and then, Heather Hodgkiss and I took the ball and ran with it, and we are, Playground is putting together some summer camps. We've talked to the groups that are already doing summer camps, and we're still not quite sure what all we're gonna do, but, the community's been really behind it, so, kinda hoping that putting this out there gets a couple more, cause we'd love to have one or two more. Mel, I'll be talking to you to put something in the paper, and, yeah, but we're trying to get this thing finished up this year, or at least the fundraising finished up this year. So, that's what I
yeah,
got.
we've got to see some progress.
Yeah, yep,
We got-
the plan is to be done raising money by the end of the summer. So,
Jill, do you have anything?
I don't have anything.
I don't really have anything.
motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Meeting is adjourned.
Holy crap.
You don't wanna even. be
You gotta get here early, man.
Yeah.
Now you go.
We got a pretty easy city we live in.